Hey everybody, it's me, Victor Gavin at Explorium, and this week on my weekly What Is series, I want to talk about deep learning. So I get asked a lot, what is deep learning? What does it mean? Well, if you Google it, you'll get a silly answer like, well, deep learning is just another name for neural networking. Thanks, that really doesn't explain much. Really, it's just a subset of machine learning. The key is trying to teach a machine how to think like a human. Deep learning, though, really gets the term from deep as in multiple layers. Think of like a cake or a stack of pancakes. And each layer has its own sort of function and task. So the way it works is they try to make it work like a brain. So you have all of these little functions, and it could be hundreds to thousands of functions, and you feed data into it. It takes that data, processes it. Each little function does something specific and unique. And then it passes that data on to the next layer where there are more functions. And those functions will take in all of that input and then process that data a little bit further. And you can add as many layers as you want until you get to the end where you make a decision. So maybe you're feeding in a picture of a cat, and at the end you want the model to tell you it was a cat. But the thing is, there's a lot of processing that happens when you really break something down into numerous pieces, and you take all of those input from the first layer and you multiply it by all of the output into the second layer, which then takes it in, and then on and on and on. So this can really grow into the millions and billions of entities and functions and processing, and it takes a lot of power. So you need really big machines, a lot of GPUs. So you try to scale it down to a few layers. But really, just deep learning is a way to take data, break it down into small units, multiple functions to process it, and then just each layer does its own thing. Now, there's a lot of complex things that happen, like weighing certain functions. So depending on the input, you might put weight onto one attribute over another, such as if I'm trying to figure out if something is a cat, pointy ears might have a higher weight than having eyes because every creature has eyes. So then you can really do that. And really the best part about deep learning is that it teaches itself. You'll get to the end and you fed it a cat and it tells you it's an alligator. So of course it's wrong. So you feed in a lot more data and you have to give it a lot of data. It then reads it, understands it, and learns, oh, I made a mistake. Tries to adjust the different weights, the different scores, goes back and does it again and again and again until it gets it right. But again, that takes a lot of processing, and these things can take hours to days to weeks. I've even seen some that were estimated to take years to process. Now, by the time a model finishes after a couple of years, it's probably irrelevant. So you definitely want to scale that down a bit. But that's deep learning. I hope it helps you understand it a little bit in easier terms. Maybe in a future series, I'll go into some methods of deep learning. But for now, I just wanted to give a general overview. Hope that helped. Stay safe. Take care, everyone.